Hello, and welcome to Sassy Scrapbooking. In this video tutorial, I'm going to take you step by step through my process of making this Halloween fall pumpkin. I know this is a big step away from my scrapbooking videos, but I usually end up making one or two of these pumpkins every couple of years, and I thought I would share my process with you. I do have to apologize in advance for the camera angle throughout this entire video. The camera is set up for my scrapbooking work, not for projects like these. But with the photographs that I've included at the end of my video, you'll be able to see the end results very clearly. First of all, you're going to need a large pumpkin. I got mine at Michael's. They had the pumpkins at 50% off, and I had a coupon as well, so it only cost me around $10. You are also going to need a glue gun, silk flowers. I like to use the autumn colors, they're so pretty. Wire cutters, an X-Acto knife or a cutting tool, and a styrofoam round. My first step is to cut the styrofoam in half. If you leave it at full thickness, it will end up showing on the inside of the pumpkin. And we're going to decorate the inside of the pumpkin, so you don't want to see the styrofoam coming off the top of the pumpkin. Once the styrofoam is cut, you can use it to trace the dimension of the top of the pumpkin that is going to be cut off. You can mark the circle around the styrofoam with a marker, or you can use your cutting tool to score a line around the foam. Once the top of the pumpkin is cut off, you will also need to cut a quote-unquote face section of the pumpkin. The shape of the face is up to you. I also cut a smaller hole at the top back of the pumpkin so that I can insert a light, one of those clip-on lights that uses a C7 light bulb. At this point, I have inserted my styrofoam into the cutout part of my pumpkin, and while I'm waiting for my glue gun to heat up, I'm trimming off some silk flower stems that I'm going to be using. I don't recommend using the entire floral bouquet all at once, as the stem is long and thick and will also show up on the inside of the pumpkin. Cutting the individual stems off the floral bouquet at a shorter length works the best. Once my glue gun is ready, I like to place a bead of glue around the styrofoam and the pumpkin to ensure that it will not pull away from the pumpkin top. The next step is to add the floral stems. I like to start off using the tallest pieces, but you might have a preferred process for decorating your bouquets. I then continue to add my floral stems. When adding the floral stems, you may need to use your glue gun to adhere some of the floral pieces to the pumpkin and or the styrofoam. You also want to make sure that you are adding the stems in a manner so that the pumpkin can be viewed from all angles. I also like to add some floral pieces to the front opening or quote-unquote face of the pumpkin so you don't just see the edges of the pumpkin cut out. Once the outside of the pumpkin has been decorated to your satisfaction, we need to work on the inside. This is where the camera angle is not very helpful at all. I am now going to add some moss to the inside of the pumpkin as a base for my inside decorations. I'm going to add some more floral pieces, gluing them down with my glue gun. I am also going to add 2 little scarecrows that I purchased at Michael's. Before inserting my little scarecrows, I'm going to cut down their dowel stem so that they fit inside my pumpkin. I'm going to add a few glitter pieces to the top of my pumpkin for that little extra bling. I am also going to glue some small pumpkins that I also purchased from Michael's onto the moss inside. And last but not least, I'm going to add a clip light with a C7 bulb to light up the inside of my pumpkin, and I'm done. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching my other videos at Sassy Scrapbooking. Bye for now.